Monday afternoon. I am Linda with Sweet Aria Decor. Aria is the name of my daughter. Whether or not she's still sweet now that she's turning 12, it sounds better than cranky Aria Decor. So today what we're going to do is make an Easter truck. We are going to decorate this with all sorts of goodies. We've got this truck here. Now this is from Hobby Lobby. The tag on this was $44.99. But we don't pay $44.99. No, we don't. No, we don't. We have this. I have already taken the liberty of spraying the back of this. Now, this is floral foam. Well, technically not. It's gaps and cracks, which comes in a can. It's spray insulation, and I get that at the Home Improvement Center, kind of whereby they have like the masking tape and stuff. So I spray that in here, and then it puffs up. And then after it dries, after 24 hours, I can use it as floral foam. But you can just go to Dollar Tree and get the floral foam blocks, not the ones meant for wet foam, but like the really hard styrofoam ones. You can, glue those into here as well. I just chose to do that. And then I also cut it down so that it is flush with the back of the truck for the most part. Right? But I've already done that off camera. I did that before I decided I was going to make this on a live. So I was like, wait, stop, hold the presses. We're going to change this. All right, so I've got that. Then in order to add some fresh, fun stuff into here, we're going to kind of focus on oranges and yellows. So I have this. Now this is 60919. This is a mixed greenery bush. I buy this from Decor Exchange. I think I just ordered some from somewhere else off of Fair. Waiting for that to get approved. But you can find this all over. But it's like an Eva flower bush. Just got lots of beautiful mixed greenery in there. Now, it comes in 3 pieces, too, like 3 chunks, which is fantastic. But it's got so much in there, and then it just fills everything out, and it's easy, and runs a little less than $8 a stem. It's like $7.95. Okay, so I'm using one of these. I do have a second one if I want to use the second one. All right, and then I have, just to add a little bit extra greenery, I've got this fern bush that I got. Now, this came from Ashland, so this would be Michael's. Got this, I think, when it was on sale. This says $7.99, but I think I got it 40% off. And then we also have some of these. These are also Ashland, so they're like the little mini yellow roses. I've got 2 bushes. I'm not going to use 2, but I just like to have enough. And then these are also Ashland. I think this was like the really cheap, inexpensive, like dollar something section. Yeah, $1.99. So I've got 2 of these as well. And if I want to put some extra stuff in, I do have this. I don't have the whole bush. I've got most of it, though. This is from the At Home store. This was $4.99. But I like it because it picks up, if you can see in the middle, it's got the yellow. And it's like a peachy orange, but it just makes it a little more subtle. But then I said it's a carrot truck. Well, you can't have a carrot truck without the carrots. So I have these came from Michael's last year. These were $3.99 last year, but I never pay full price because I just refuse. So these are $3.99, so I've got those. But then for the bow that I'm going to put off the back, it's going to be just very nice, pretty. This is scalloped edge ribbon with an orange. You can find lots of scalloped edge ribbon, Decor Exchange or Craft Outlet. And I think this came in one of my Decor Exchange subscription supply boxes. So isn't it pretty? I love it. It's just perfect. It looks just like the carrot. All right, so we're going to start this off today. I have, you can use a glue pot, but I just use my glue gun because I always forget to plug in the glue pot. But before we start, drop a line. Shirley, hello. Linda's going to go. She's going to have to watch the replay. Linda, I will see you tomorrow morning for lunch or breakfast. So excited. I love to get to meet my local friends, and Linda is awesome. So we're going to start by removing some of these price tags. So here we go. Now that I've told you where everything came from, I'm just going to take this off one of the bushes. I don't really like to remove the price tags too far before I make something because I want to know how much money I put into it. Right? So we got this. All right. And this. And then I'm going to pull apart my 60919 in just a minute. And of course, I do have, you will need a pair of pliers, like the snips. You need some kind of snips. I'm gonna take the one I've already got taken apart. Because if I can get away with just using one of these, I would love to do that because of the cost. You know, I'm trying to keep the cost of this down. I've got 2 boutique spaces. I've got my online Etsy shop, but I also am doing a craft show locally. A huge one that I've never done before. I've always wanted to get into. It's one of the high schools here. It's Carl Sandburg, and I'm super excited to get to be in it. It's my first year, and I'm so excited, but also nervous. It is quite a distance. It is the furthest I will have gone to a craft show. It's probably about 45 minutes from my house. So I got to go there the night before, and then I got to come home and then go back again in the morning. Though it's going to be a lot of driving. It'll be a heavy driving weekend. That's March 8th. No, March 8th and 9th. 9th and 10th. 8th and 9th, I think. I don't know. It's one of those two. It's whatever weekend it is in March. It's right before my birthday. And then March 19th is the Craig Bachman Warehouse Sale for business owners. That's my Christmas. Okay, so these are different sizes. You can see, like, this one is the one that was in the top of the bush is the tallest, but the other two aren't that far behind. But I want to start with probably with the tallest one here, just to kind of go and put that one. I like to put that one kind of flush back against the truck. Now, when I put this in there, this one is taped really well, so I can just jam it in here. These, you can see that you can kind of start seeing some of this, and I don't have any floral tape on me, so I may have to put a pick on there. I don't want to. I don't want to have to use my pick machine. I think I can just jam it in there, but we'll see. But I'm going to start. I want to have some height because I want to see stuff coming up from behind it, from the front. Okay. And this is pretty because, we'll be able to see all of it from the front or the back. So I'm just going to put my glue on. I'm just going to set this right in there. It's going to go right in. All right. Just kind of separating that out. I have a feeling I'm going to have to use both my 60919s. Yeah, because I want this to be really nice and full. All right. Now here, I think I'm going to try to cut this down so it's a little flush. This will also make it a little shorter, which is kind of what I want. Okay. So, just kind of putting this in. This is kind of going to set the height for the rest of the arrangement. So let me put one back in here. I'm pushing it down as far as I can get it in there, okay? There we go. Yeah, I'm going to use the other ones. I can already tell. So I want this to be, this is kind of like the main filler of the whole bed of the truck, right? So I'm going to put this now in basically kind of the same side, just opposite side. So kind of like right up against here. Pushing it in as far down as it'll go. All right. And I'm going to kind of spread it out. So this is going to have some taller stuff in the back. This will be taller, but I mean, look how tall the carrots are. So we've got room to be tall here. We can be tall. All right, now I'm going to get probably my other 60919. I like how it's got the 2 different colors in here. It's got the orange and the yellow. I just ordered a whole bunch more 60919 from Decor this morning. Here we go. All right, spreading this out. Trim some of this down so I can make it shorter. Ugh. There we go. It takes a while. I am but a weak old woman at this point. Spread this around here. Okay, the other one I'm going to put kind of on the other side too. I mean, I was going to have, well, hold on a second. I might be, hold on, I'm pulling that one out. I'm pulling it out and moving it. I'm moving it because I forgot I'm going to have my bow there kind of on the back of the truck. That's kind of the spot for my bow. So I'm going to just move that more toward the back of the truck. There we go. I want to leave that space. I want to leave this space right here dedicated for my bow. Move this one back, and I'm actually going to take one of these other pieces and kind of move it. I'm going to put it right here because I don't want it to be exact. They're not soldiers lining up in a row, right? I'm going to have it a bit more, you know, a bit more, not random, but not completely symmetrical. All right, this last one's going to go in the middle. Ugh, all right. Sometimes I like to take these little curls and I'll just curl them around my finger to make little spirals, because otherwise they stick up really high and it kind of looks weird. It's like alfalfa. I don't think anybody younger than my age knows who alfalfa is. He was funny. All right, putting glue on this. Get this in here. All right. Okay. All right. I'm really liking this. This is going good. Bring some of my orange flowers back here. This one doesn't have a lot of orange. Seems like there's more orange on one side than the other. So let me kind of move stuff around a little bit. There we go. Okay, so this is kind of what it looks like right now. Of course, there's still holes. There's things you can still see. We're going to be filling all of that in. Right now, I'm going to take, there's basically 3 main stems of this fern. I'm going to start with this one. I'm just going to see if I like it in there first. Yeah, I wish I had another one of these. I've only got 3 of these, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to be very careful before I put them. So I'm going to put them right here between 2 of the other pieces of 60919. Kind of fill that out a little bit. It's kind of like one on each side and then one in the middle. Okay. There's the other one for the other side. And these separate out pretty nicely. I've never used this before, but I would buy this again. I would. I like it. Trying to sometimes it's hard to figure out which is the front and which is the back. I don't know. It's kind of hard. All right. Here we go. So this is something that people can put on their end table. They can put on an entryway when you first walk into someone's home. You see all this, like, you know, that'd be really pretty that way. A coffee table, kitchen island, right? You know, it's a perfect spot to put something real nice and pretty there on a kitchen island. Now this tall one, I'm going to fit this one right between, see here, I got 2 bunches of 60919. I'm going to kind of put that kind of like right in the middle, okay? It's going to go right in between there. Now, I'm going to take just a hair off. I don't have to push this all the way down, but I don't want to be pushing and then want to go further and then it won't because the stem is too long. Because that happens sometimes. And I got some Spanish moss later. Okay, so now I'm just going to separate out all the leaves in there so it looks like it's kind of coming out multiple spots. Okay, so this is it's filling out very nicely. It's filling out well. Okay, so now I'm at the point now where I want to position my bow because then I can put some of the other flowers and stuff in there. So we're going to make the bow. I am going to grab my Easy Bows Design Pro. If you go look at my link tree, there is an affiliate link to this. There's 2 different versions. There's this big pro version, and then there's a smaller version that's made of wood. Less expensive, but I like this one because these dowels do not come out. That's the word. I couldn't think of the word on the last live I was talking about. I called them little pegs. It was dowels. That's the word. All right. So this is just 1.5 inch fancy panty ribbon, as we call it, scalloped edge, with orange with the beige. Okay. Now I do want to have some tails kind of coming out the back of the truck. So I'm gonna figure out, maybe to here. I'm not gonna dovetail right now because I'm gonna finalize my length later. But right now, this is a 7-inch tail. Okay. Maybe I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna move it down to, maybe I'll curl the end under. I'm gonna make it a 10-inch tail because I might curl the ends under instead of dovetailing. Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna pinch and twist. Oops, let me get this out. I pinch and twist here, right? Because you want to see, this is the good side of the ribbon, and then this is the back side of the ribbon. Okay. I'm going to bring this over, and we're going to make our loops. I don't want to make this too enormous, so I think I'm going to go for 4-inch loops here. Yeah, we'll do 4-inch. Is that going to be big enough or small enough? Yeah, 4-inch. 4-inch is good because I don't want it to feel tight and choked. Okay, so I got 1, I got 2, pinch and twist. This is second loop, pinch and twist. Second loop there. Okay, pinch and twist. Now we are on our 3rd set of loops. All right. Then pinch and twist again. And this can be a bit of a bigger bow because there's a big space in there. So I'm going to go with 5 loops. So here's our 4th set I'm doing right now. Set number 4. Ooh. Sorry, I'm on a new medication or increased dosage, and I'm feeling it. I ain't feeling so hot right now. Oh. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right, this is number 5. All right, 5 loops that are 4 inches on either side. And then I'm going to take the end of this down to 10 inches and cut it off, and then we'll probably end up folding over the bottom and then rolling and twisting it. I need the fan on, I'm sorry. I know that makes noise. I'm sorry. It's either that or I pass out. Take a pick. Oh, hey, fortunately, I happen to have an orange one right here. Just what I needed. Okay? So I've got the orange pipe cleaner that I'm used to wrap around here. And I've got 2 options for when I put this bow into the truck. I can either wrap the pipe cleaner around one of these green stems and shove it in, or I can use my pick machine, which I have behind me. I am opting to use my pick machine because, well, I have one. Why wouldn't I use it? But because this is like at the level of the bed of the truck. If I wanted it taller, I would wrap it around one of those stems. I could just glue the pipe cleaner, just wrap it around, and you add a little bit of glue. I'll show you. Like you would just take, you would leave it longer, but you would just take it, add a little glue, put this below the glue, and just wrap it around the stem, right? And then you would just have it on a stem and stick it in if you wanted something taller. But I want this to be shorter. So I'm going to get my pick machine and show you what that is. It's heavy. This is how I get my arm workout. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that flab. Oh yeah, look at that flab. I earned that. Here we go. It is heavy. It is heavy. But you're my best friend. You are. You're my bestie. All right, I'm going to cut so I have about 1 inch of pipe cleaner left. Okay, so I got 1 inch. When I bring my handle forward, it brings up a metal pick right in here with these teeth. I'm going to set it in here. And then I push down on the handle. So that makes the teeth grab right around that pipe cleaner, and it's holding on. It's holding on for dear life. It's bent. And then you get a nice sharp pick. There you go. Do not pick your nose with that. It will hurt. Don't ask me how I know. Just trust me. All right. That one's going back. I don't use that one often enough to keep it on my table space. Because I bought this big giant table and I thought it was going to be big enough. No. I could have a table the size of the room and it'll never be big enough. If you're a crafter, you know. All right. So now I'm going to hold it by my pick. Now I'm going to do my loops here and separate out. So I go opposites. Okay, that one comes up, that one comes down. That one comes down. And the one behind that goes up. And then I always do these in the middle. And then again, that one was up. So I do this one up. And then this one down. All right, and that's how I separate out my 5 loops. Okay, and this one went down first. And this one was up. All right, and then we don't want to see that pipe cleaner, right? So we just take these, just pinch it together right in the middle, and it covers the pipe cleaner. You don't want to see the mechanics, right? All right. Nice loopy bow. So it's going to fit in here just like this right behind here. So I'm going to add glue onto this pick. And then I'm going to stab it in there. Now I want to make sure I hold it like this because I don't want to get glue on any part of the ribbon because that will make me mad. Okay. And then I'm just kind of fluffing my loops, kind of putting them where I think that they look like they belong. That's perfect. All right, there's our bow. Now on our tails, I said we were thinking of possibly curling them. So if let me just play with this. Hold on a second. That's not straight. There we go. So if I bend it over once and twice, and then I curl it, I want to see what it looks like curled, because having it curled looks cute. I like the curl. I like the curl. Bend it once, bend it twice, and now we're going to curl. It's something different than a dovetail, right? I like that. I think that's cute. So here's where we're at so far. There's the bow. Little fern bushes, the 60919 mixed greenery. Or just look for Eva bush, EVA. Okay, so now I want to start putting in my florals. I have these beautiful, cute little yellow roses. I'm going to push up the leaves on these, okay? But then I also have this other kind, and I'm very bad about knowing what kind of flowers things are. This just says bush, gerbe. I don't know what language that is. It's a Gerber bush. I imagine that means, I don't know. Well, it's not yellow because German is gelb. That's all I remember from German class in college is Das Zimmer ist gelb. The room is yellow. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm going to trim this. I'm probably going to cut the individual, once I get them off the bush. I'll trim them down as I go, but I just want to kind of get them off the bush for now. There we go. The same with these. I'm only going to cut 4 of those. I'm not sure how many of those I'm going to use. But I do know I am going to end up using all these carrots. So I am going to try to get the labels off of these because I want these to be higher up. I don't know why they stick the tags so high up on here because then it starts to peel the paper. Craft stores don't get it. They want to sell it, but they don't think about screwing us over. Now, see, these are lower. These are lower. That was nice. Here we go. Oh, how much time is spent crafting and how much time is spent delabeling items? Ugh! And now it's sticking to my nails and my manicure and man. But I'm going to go with 3 of these because typically when you do things like this, it's always kind of like the rule of 3. Or I guess if my mixed greenery bush, the rule of 6. Yep. All right, so I have 3 of these. So I can take some of the bottom off of one of these. So this is going to be my tallest one. And again, I kind of want to go, think of a triangle. Okay, so I think I want to go like 1 there, and 1 there. Okay, so I'm going to put the tallest one in. It's going to go kind of like woven in between where I added in those greenery ferns between the 2 sets of the mixed bush. So let's put this in. And if I put it in and it's too long, I can pull it out and make it shorter. Here we go. And I want to push kind of down toward the bottom though. This is not the most sturdy stick, okay? But see, I don't want it to go in too far because it's a carrot and we want to be able to kind of see a good portion of the carrot, right? All right. That went in there. Here we go. See, it's kind of like, it's almost the tallest thing in there, but just slightly. Maybe down just a little bit. Maybe we'll put it just down a little bit more. Okay, I went down just a little bit more. So these I want to trim. Like this. Okay. I'm going to put one in. I'm going to put one in over here. And then one in over there. All right. So let's see if this is the correct length. But it's just so fun to take like an unexpected kind of container, like a pickup truck, and just adding something fun and do it like that. Now I'm kind of going at a little bit of an angle, so I don't want it really up and down. I want it kind of a bit of an angle, okay? And it's not as tall as the other one, but we can still see it. See, so there's the second one. And this is what it looks like from the front, okay? Okay, now I'm going to add in that last one. I might be able to take a little bit more off. Yep. All right, here we go. This is so cute. I've had these carrots for a while too, so I'm excited to be able to use this. All right. And you notice they're not, if you look at sideways, these are not aligned. I did not want a perfect triangle because I want this one to be able to pop out. If you're looking at it, it needs to pop out a little bit from the other one, okay? Stuck on my finger. All right, so then now we're just going to go in and add in our florals. So I'm going to do these first because they're, well, yeah, maybe I'll do these first. Add in a couple of these. I'm going to go add in some up here. Ow, ow, ow. I just glued myself. Sorry. And then when we're all done, I have to go in and put Spanish moss in. Blech. If you know me, you know how much I absolutely freaking hate Spanish moss. Hate it, hate it, hate it. But it does the job. All right, so I'm going to stick one over here. One of those other flowers, just to kind of cover some space we had in here. There. I put it kind of like right there. Just put it in right there. I'm going to add in this one. Now these stems are not as tall as the rose ones, so I'm going to have to be kind of a little careful where I put some of these. There. That one kind of came out a little bit like that. This is a bit of a taller one, so maybe I can put some of this right back here. I do know for sure that I want to have, here's one of the small ones of those. Here. There we go. I'm going to put two of these yellow ones next to each other. So I've got one of these rose ones and then this other, whatever you call it. I don't know. I'm so bad about knowing the names of the flowers. I just know them by where I got them and the price. See how it kind of filled like one next to the other. Kind of filled it in. I'm going to put one of these up now toward the front here. Which I can use a smaller one. Kind of like how I did on the other side. Just kind of filling in that spot where the bed of the truck meets the actual truck itself. Needs a little bit. It needs a little extra little bit of something there. All right. Now this is a tall one. I'm not going to push this one too far in. I'm going to try to go weave it here, kind of in between the mixed bushes and kind of between the carrots. There we go. I'm going to do another one of those. I got another long one I found on a different bush, so I'm going to borrow from that one. All right. Kind of put one similarly in the front. So I'm trying to kind of maximize the height of some of this as much as possible. Like, stay tall, stay tall, stay tall. Just go in a little bit. There. Goes in just enough, and then the glue will grab it. And that's where I put that one. So right now, this is kind of what we're looking like at the back of the truck. I haven't looked at comments. I'm sorry. I apologize. Let me go back. Let's check. Let's just check in. How's everybody doing? How's everybody? Liz! My friend Liz. It was Liz's birthday on Friday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Liz. Now go make a wreath. Oh my gosh. Oh, Liz is awesome. Tina, hello. Ravina, hello. How are you feeling, my dear? Are you okay? I know you're recovering, and man, it's always hard when you hurt yourself. And my friend Lila, she sews, and she's in a boutique space that I'm in at too. She fell, and hopefully it's okay with me, her saying this, but she fell and she broke her wrist in 3 spots. And she's a crafter, so she's all like, "I'm just itching to get back to crafting." I'm like, oh my gosh, poor thing. I'm like, no, it's not fair. Why? It happens to the best of us. Why? That's more. It's frustrating when you want to craft and you are sidelined by some physical ailments and you can't do it. I had trouble, not that long ago with some stuff going on with my my wrist. That Decor veins, tendosinovitis, I don't know. It was a big word for ouchie on my finger. And wearing the brace helped, but it was very frustrating that I couldn't go and do what I wanted to do for a couple of days. I was mad. I was not a happy camper. Oh no. I was pissed. Yeah. Well, gotta take care of ourselves. Okay, we put one last one just kind of somewhere around in here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come this way. There we go. All right, little down a little bit. And then I think that might be it. Oh no, a little bit more. I'm gonna use some of these little shorter ones. I'm trying to fill in, if you look back here, kind of at the base of the truck on either side of the bow, I want to make sure that there's a little bit of yellow down there before I have to go stick in all that gross moss. You're going to see me you can see the vomit start coming up in my throat. All right, but instead of doing the same flower on that side, I think I'm going to try to do roses on the other side because I don't want it too matchy-matchy, right? I want it to look like it's, in nature. And sometimes Mother Nature does weird stuff. This will look all right. All right. Okay, so here we go. This is the arrangement. I'm just going to go grab some of the Spanish moss. Now, I used to put glue down, and then I would lay Spanish moss, and then I would try to poke stuff in there. It's too hard. It's too hard to do it that way. I've tried. So I literally, instead of pulling the Spanish moss, if you get the stuff and you've never worked with it, take your bag, put it in another bag. The cellophane bag rips, and then you're going to have crud all over the place. It's going to look like a sea of gray pubes just all over your floor. You don't want that, right? Sorry, TMI. It's going to look like I just shaved my bikini area all over your floor. You don't want that. All right, so I'm just taking just a little bit. I'm kind of just pushing the florals just back just a little bit, and then I just tuck it in there. Just tuck it in there a little bit. I like to go little by little. I don't like to put large, big strands on there because then you can see the strands kind of pulling across what you're doing. So literally just an 1/8 cup. Not that we're measuring by cups. And I'm going all around because, you know, this truck bed has rails, so you can see, you know, it's very visible, so I have to stuff it with something other than if I had leaves. Or sometimes there's green moss. You can use green moss too, but that's more expensive, and I'm saving that for something else. So I'm just kind of going in and just poking it in. And unless I feel like it's in danger of coming out, I don't cut it. I literally just poke it in there and just set it in there, you know, and that's good. And we're not really going to see, we don't see too much of it. I can see a little spot in the middle, kind of behind the bow, where some of the taller stuff is. So I wad it up into a ball, okay? Then I'm just going to go and push that down toward the bottom. And there. No, I don't see it anymore. Looks good to me. Now I just got to do the other side of the truck. I'm going to start at the front and move toward the back. You really got to make sure you got a lot of it up toward the front where the rails meet the back of the truck. Okay, another little bunch. Yeah. Just kind of just poke, poke, poke. Poke it underneath the florals, not on top of. We don't want to squish your leaves or anything like that associated with that. And then I see one other little spot that is kind of in the middle. So I'm gonna do this time I'm not gonna breathe it in. I'm gonna do a ball. And another little spot. It's basically kind of like, think of it as like, it's like a little toupee, right? We're just going adding in a little bit of extra something to cover any of the bald spots that they might be a little insecure about. Can I tell you that since I hit menopause and now I'm on Mounjaro, my hair is thinning, and sometimes when I shower, some of it is coming out in actual like clumps. I'm getting a little worried. I don't know. Kind of a weird thing to be happening. All right. Well, now that we've talked about menopause and my gray pubes, you guys pretty much know everything about me now, don't you? I have no filter. We know this. I have no filter. I have no shame. It is what it is. If you're looking for someone more prim and proper, I am not your gal. All right. I like to get everything out of the way before I show the final product because I don't want any little bits and pieces getting on the stuff, you know? Because I've done that before where I thought it was done. Everything looked good. I go and I take my pictures and then I look and then I see, oh gosh, there's like little remnants. Like, you know, like right here. You know, you got to check like right here. Look at that. There's stuff right there. Make sure no fuzz on anything. Okay. So, and hold it up and look all the way around. So here's the front. Okay. Let's go on to the side. Sideways. There. This is what it looks like on the top. This is what it looks like in the front. And here we go. Our little Peter Cottontail now has a truck that he can use to go pick up his carrots that he's going to get from Amazon Fresh because nobody farms anymore. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I will list this at sweetariadecor.com. It will be going to a craft show with me, but if it sells, I just pull it out of the show and come home and I ship it out to you. So I'm going to have this listed hopefully by this evening. So you can check that out there. I'm going to have put all of my videos on Tube of You. Wink, wink, if you know what I'm saying. Facebook doesn't like me to mention the name of other social media platforms. So it's going to be on Tube of You, but I've got all my videos backed up there because these videos disappear after 30 days. But I save everything. I'm a hoarder when it comes to videos, okay? So you can find all that out there. And you can also shop my store, sweetariadecor.com. All right? Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic week. And let's get spring here, okay? Because nobody wants the snow and ice anymore. We're done, okay? Happy spring. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe. You can shop my store at sweetariadecor.com. And you can follow me all over social media.